Question. What is the question? The question is, what's the question mark kick? Well, let's do it. So the question mark kick is a variation of the roundhouse. So with the roundhouse, everybody knows, boom, that's your roundhouse, yeah? Question mark kick goes over the top and comes down. So I'll do it slow in the beginning, 1, and then down. Now notice how it makes my back turn a lot more. Okay, see it hooks down. Bring my leg, knee up, turn my body, boom, and down. Now, I learned 2 different versions of this within Taekwondo or Kyokushin. The first version is the one you're seeing now from Taekwondo. The Kyokushin version is exactly the same thing. However, you do something a little more fancy, which is you hold your leg and then drop it down. I personally don't like holding the leg, but it's a thing, so you're here, 1. It drops about the same angle as an inside axe kick, but you're doing a roundhouse. So from here, 1, and then bring it down. A few of the UFC kickboxing champs use this technique, great technique, comes over the fist. Now I'll do it on my left. So from here, just bring it up, 1, boom, and down. One more time, from here, 1, and down. So notice what happens, I kind of make an arc, 1, and then bring it down. Things to be aware of, this is a back turning technique. You don't always have to turn your back, but in the event that you do, you throw, boom, follow it up with something, right? You can follow up with a kick. I go here, 1, follow it up with a little back fist, a little attack. So I'll do it this time without turning my back. Just from here, and now we're back. So the point of contact for this is around this area right here. The holding is a good stretch. You don't have to hold it up just from here and then bring it down. Other foot, just bring up here and then bring it down. But I find that when actually applying this, you should just kind of go at speed and bring it down. How does the application work? So Jerry's got his left, I got my left. All right, his hands are pretty good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of give it a fake so that his arm kind of lowers for a second, and then boom. So it looks like I'm going 1, 2, right? So it looks like I'm coming up, 1, and then you bring it over, right? So one more time. So I'm here, slow motion. Let's say I bring this here and then he drops this arm. This is one example of what can happen, right? He thinks it's a teep, and then boom. Like I said before, it's good to follow up, so we're here. I go 1, 2, and then something else. Sometimes it's hard to tell, was it a roundhouse or was it a question mark kick, right? If it makes contact, you can usually tell because the arc kind of brings them down. Speed, 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 stay loose, whip.
So the way they taught to you in Kyokushin, you hold it?
And then drop, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right. And that could be a training thing. I did see people use that while sparring.
I see.
That's more like, you know, a playful setting. You know?
So one thing, you definitely need to have your hamstrings very strong for this one, right? Because like I don't even think well, partly is my pants are too tight, but yeah,
you could also go low and then drop it down here.
So that's
Yeah,
the way to...
yeah. You don't have to go to the head. You don't have to be head on. It's good. So your target's here if his hands are up. If he's got a good high base, I can just go question mark there, right? But I mean, you know, it turns into a thigh because like Thai guys typically they either will go across. Or they'll just drop it kind of down, right? This is just a little bit more of a down arc. You're going 1, boom.
I see.
So, and you can totally hold it like low and then let it fly.
I see.
Now that does disperse the power. Good for fake.
I see.
Yep. So you can do the same hold. Now another thing you can do is off your front leg. You can do the same thing. It doesn't have as much effectivity, but you know, it's a thing. You're here and you just go 1, boom, and kick.
One of the things that Coach Paris always teaches us, like after you do a roundhouse kick, you always
follow
like
up.
That. So you could do that with the
100%. So I could throw 1, boom, and then just come in blocking, or if you want, you can come in, boom, and then come in with some sort of attack or something.
Worst case scenario, I know Coach Dean teaches this. If you could even come back.
Yes, 100%, 100%. Yeah, it doesn't have to spin you around. It's just, you know, if you want to use that energy and do something else with it, you can. You
mentioned you learned it in Taekwondo and Kyokushin. Did Muay Thai people teach it to you too, or not really?
My Muay Thai, at least with Crew Joe, with AD Boxing, it was pretty bread and butter. Like the thing he always wanted us to do was the lean over knee deal. Boom, that one, you know what I mean? So maybe we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But this definitely got highlighted in Kyokushin for me. Like I was like, oh yeah, I know that technique. Oh, I like how they applied it, you know?
And why do you think in Kyokushin they always do this move?
It's funny, they don't call it the question mark kick, at least not at my gym. They called it the Brazilian kick.
Oh.
So I'm guessing some Brazilian Kyokushin guy did it. I mean, you know, when I think of Brazilian, I think of capoeira, jiu-jitsu, but I've never seen a capoeira guy do this, but who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Well, guys, this is Coach Paris from Mixed Combat Sports.